Right, so what's up guys, Shutdown PZ here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video on the BPL's biggest transfers of this summer transfer window, the top 10 transfers and my opinion and what I think of them. So without further ado, let's get into these transfers. Right guys, so first in at number 10 we have Pedro's controversial transfer from Barcelona to Chelsea for £21.4 million. Obviously he was on the way to his medical at Manchester United and ended up signing for Chelsea on the way, which obviously as a Chelsea fan, very, very positive for us. I think he's an amazing player, and he really proved that on his debut with an assist and a goal, and he really did run the show against West Brom. I think this is an amazing transfer and quite a decent payout as well. It's not exactly too expensive for a truly world-class player. I think this is a brilliant transfer for himself, as to get more game time, and for Chelsea to use him. But yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are on that, and I'm going to move into number 9. Right, so the next transfer on this list at number 9 is Morgan Schneiderlin's move from Southampton to Manchester United. For him, I think it's an amazing move. I mean, 25 million is a lot of money for a player from of a CDM. And from Southampton as a smaller club in the Premier League, but I think it is a justified buy. I mean, he's a brilliant CDM, as he's proved for Southampton over his seasons in the BPL for them. So, and I think Man United got a good deal here, and he's definitely performed when he's played for them. So I think he has been a very, very good buy, and it will be a solid CDM for years to come. So let's move on into number 8. Right lads, so number 8 on the list is Memphis Depay's move from PSV to Manchester United for £27.9 million. Left winger, 5-star skills. He was the top scorer in the Eredivisie last season, and I think that's just an amazing buy for United. They needed a winger, obviously, to replace. They needed a winger really, because Mata is not really a winger. They haven't really got any out and out wingers, and they just needed someone so they could change up the formation. And I think it's going to work, and he has proved that in his first few games of the season in the Champions League, where he got his 2 goals in the same game, and 2 very, very good goals. And he has shone so far as a Man United player, and I think it will be very, very brilliant for many, many years to come. So let's move on into number 7. Right lads, so number 7 is Roberto Firmino, who made the move from Hoffenheim to Liverpool this summer for a fee of £29 million. Also, I believe a good signing. I think Liverpool have made a good buy there, which is a change considering some of their shocking recent signings in recent years. But that is a top buy, I believe. He's an amazing player. Was brilliant for Hoffenheim last year, which is clearly why they've signed him. And he has seemed to show potential in his first few Liverpool games with very, very promising start, and I believe he'll be a big star in the future for his country and club. And yeah, £29 million, I think that's a good price for him. But let's jump straight into a number 6. Right guys, so at number 6 we have Christian Benteke's transfer from Aston Villa to Liverpool for £32.5 million. I believe personally, as good as a player as Benteke is, and I do love him, I think he's a brilliant striker, but I'm not quite sure if he's worth £32.5 million. That's just my opinion. Just in the comments, let me know yours. But he has shown promise in his first few games for Liverpool, and I think he will definitely work as it gives him a new dimension to the team. Because obviously with players like Suarez, they're very ball to feet and skillful players, whereas Benteke isn't really that. He's more of he gives an element of being able to cross the ball in and win headers, which is something they haven't really had since Peter Crouch really. So it could be a decent signing for Liverpool and a game changer, and maybe push them higher in the table. But we'll see. So let's jump now into number 5. Right, so at number 5 we have Nicolas Otamendi's transfer from Valencia to Manchester City for £33 million. I think good signing for me. Top centre back. I think he's one of the top 15 centre backs in the world at the minute. I would probably go there. He's a very, very good player, and a lot of clubs were looking at signing him, like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City, Chelsea, United, all looking at signing him. and City seem to seal the deal. I don't know where he's going to fit in at the minute though, because Mangala and company are forming a great partnership. Is he going to play? Will he go straight into the team? Will he drop Mangala? We'll see what Pellegrini does, but I think that's a good signing. He could benefit the team definitely within the next few years. So let's move on into number 4. Right guys, so next on this list at number 4 is Anthony Martial's transfer from AS Monaco to Manchester United for 36 million, which happened on deadline day. He's 19 years old. A lot of money for a 19-year-old. It's a big gamble Man United are taking, with add-ons that could go over £50 million for a 19-year-old, which is absolutely insane. I mean, I really do hope he performs for them, and I hope he doesn't just get ruined by the club, as he's a very good young talent. Just not quite sure whether he's worth a £36 million quite yet. Maybe in a few more years, but that's Man United's decision, and I think he'll be a good transfer. Maybe not quite yet, but in a couple of years he should perform and should be a top-notch transfer. So let's move on into number 3. Now on into number 3 is Angel Di Maria's move away from Manchester United to PSG. You may be looking at me thinking, George, you said it was going to be BPL transfers. Well, this is all the transfers that include Premier League clubs, the top 10, and he is the third highest on this list. An expected transfer, as he didn't really fit Man United. He wasn't a right player for them. He didn't perform for the money they paid for him. So they've sold him on to PSG, and he is performing there already. He picked up an amazing assist on his debut. Go and check that out if you haven't seen that. But yeah, I think he'll suit better over there, and he'll be able to get back to his best, which he couldn't really reach at Man United, as it wasn't to his play style. But I think that's a good transfer for him, and will be beneficial to PSG in their Champions League and title hopes. So let's go into number 2. Right, so at number 2 we have Raheem Sterling's snake transfer from Liverpool to Manchester City for £49 million. That is a lot of money for a player who didn't really even perform last season. I mean, Liverpool have definitely done better at this deal. I mean, they have lost, obviously, who was their best player in Sterling. He definitely was their best player last season. I mean, he wasn't brilliant, but he did stand out. They've definitely lost their best player, but they have got £49 million to spend, which they have spent wisely, which has been shown earlier in this countdown on players like Benteke or Firmino, who are in turn going to bring them more than Sterling was. And I mean, he'll be a great player for Man City, don't get me wrong, and I think he's a great signing. He's just not worth £49 million for me. But let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. So let's move on to the biggest transfer of this summer transfer window in the Barclays Premier League. Right guys, so the number 1 in this countdown is Kevin De Bruyne's big move from Wolfsburg to Manchester City for £54.5 million. And to be honest, I mean, that is a lot of money, and I've said a lot that some young players who've had a lot of money paid for them is stupid, but that for me, a deal all day long. He's a really top-notch player. He will fit. I think he'll fit amazingly into Man City's lineup as kind of just the 3 that play just behind Aguero of Silva, Sterling, and himself. I think he'll fit brilliantly into there and will be an amazing player for them in the Premier League and the Champions League next season, and will really help their chances of doing better and winning trophies. Just think he's an amazing player, and he's definitely a top buy for Manchester City. So also guys, let me know what you think of these transfers and what you think of my opinions, what your own opinions are, down in the comments below. And just let me know if you've enjoyed the video as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see ya. Yeah.